Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Well, let's take a look at some stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll and I'm joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Let's start with Schroders. Shares rising today. What's the news from them?
Yeah, shares have hit a 2023 high this morning. So this is after they said that their annual adjusted operating profit will be ahead of expectations. And this comes in the context of Schroders being kind of the midst of a turnaround at the moment. So Citi analysts have said that this beat is very strong. It should reassure analysts. Bloomberg Intelligence saying, this is unexpectedly positive. It suggests that the turnaround plans are working. This is all under their relatively new CEO, Richard Oldfield. So it's things like this is in the past. He's announced, £150 million worth of cost savings, growing in certain areas like wealth management. So it's a positive for Schroders this morning, signs that this is starting to pay off. And it's also having a bit of a positive read across to peers like Aberdeen, who are also in similar positions, also trying to kind of turn themselves around a bit, and that's obviously also positively impacting their share price this morning.
Yeah, Schroders up 8.2% in London at the moment. The question, of course, the other main sector that's moving higher this morning is technology. It's the best performing sector on the Stocks 600, up by 1.5%. But in particular, we're seeing ASML jumping to a record high.
Yeah, this is all on the back of TSMC's results overnight. So they had their fourth quarter results, issued a 2026 outlook. They're seen as a bellwether for the boom in AI, and this came in ahead of analyst expectations, essentially showing the demand for AI chips and the kind of signalling optimism, confidence in the longevity of the AI boom globally. So that's pulling up European semiconductor stocks across the board, but ASML, as you say, in particular, TSMC is its key customers. So pulling up ASML, it takes the valuation to above $500 billion US, and that makes it the third European company ever to reach that valuation. So only LVMH and Novo Nordisk have reached that before. So it's becoming one of or solidifying it as one of Europe's largest companies. And there was an interesting quote from a strategist from Barclays saying that sentimentally that means a lot for the European market. So I'd say shares rallying to record highs. This is all on the back of TSMC.
Okay, well, another share that's flying high this morning is Wizz Air, currently up almost 5% in London.
Yeah, we had so quotes from their CEO raising Wizz Air's growth projection for the year. This comes 2 months after they cut it. So they're expecting 20% growth year on year in 2026. They had previously announced that target in June, but then they cut it back to 10% in November, and now they've re-upped it again to 20% growth, essentially saying that they're going to add Airbus planes and they're going to return a lot of grounded jets to the skies this year, and that's going to help them. Obviously, they've been very impacted by groundings since about 2023, and that's driven up costs a lot. It's slowed a lot of their deliveries. It's really kind of hampered their growth and their share price. They will still have some aircraft that will be grounded this year, but a lot less. So that will help put it back to what it's calling the significant growth, so that 20%. And they're also indicating they're going to have, a more efficient operating model. So this all comes ahead of their third quarter results later this month, and shares are reacting positively on that, as you say, taking off, flying higher.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.